Welcome back. As we earlier said, we shall talk more about the match which took place last night between Egypt giants Al Ahly and Al Zamalek, an Egyptian Super Cup, and was held at the United Arab Emirates. And we are very delighted to be having with us the sports analyst, Mr. Hatem Maher. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Good, thank you.
Come again? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, come again, please. What were you saying?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. So, Mr. Hatem, a thorough look over yesterday's match, please, before we start off with our questions.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
If you could give us a thorough look over yesterday's match before we start off.
Yeah, I think Al Ahly were much better in every aspect.
Yes.
They totally deserved the win. Unusually, Zamalek coach Ferreira is the one who can we blame for Zamalek's defeat, maybe for the first time, because he's always the one who rescues Zamalek and who puts the proper system that Zamalek used to win. But yesterday he was at fault. He was too conservative, and that was not suitable for the game. He allowed Ahly to dominate most of the match and allowed Ahly to push forward, and he just was looking to sit back and soak up pressure and try to hit Ahly on the counter attack, but he did not have the means to launch good or efficient counter attacks, and Ahly took full advantage because Ahly were bolder. That's why they stamped the authority, and that's why they fully deserved the win yesterday.
Right. From your own point of view, what were the most important elements that Al Ahly included in order to effect that result yesterday?
Because they simply managed to contain the threat of Zamalek's key men, specifically Imam Ashur and Ahmed Zizou. The defensive partnership of Mahmoud Mitwalli and Mohamed Abdel Menam is one of the best things that Marcel Koller, the new coach, introduced in recent games, and they were rock solid against Zamalek. I can't recall any threats from Zamalek apart from maybe a long range shot from Zizou that struck the bar. Otherwise, Zamalek could not really threaten. On the other hand, Koller simply attacked with the very good number of forwards, and that unsettled Zamalek for most of the game. That's why, like I said, he was bolder. He took the game to Zamalek from the very beginning. So apart from maybe a small part in the second half, Ahly were dominant.
Right. The other way around, Zamalek, what were the most important elements that brought Zamalek to that very sad end?
The formation. I think Ferreira used the same formation actually in the first two games of the Egyptian League, and he won both games. So maybe that's why he decided to stick to the same lineup, the conservative 3-5-2 formation. Last season he used to play with a different scheme, but he was kind of forced to use that system in the early stages of this season because of the lack of wingers. Zamalek did not actually make up for the departure of Ashraf Ben Shari in their summer signings. They signed many central midfielders, and they signed the defenders, and they signed forwards, but they did not sign a winger except Impis Mustafa Shalabi, who started on the bench yesterday before being introduced in the second half, and he actually made a good impact when he came on. So I thought that that formation and that system was very, very conservative. Maybe it worked in the first two league games, but it didn't work against Ahly because, as expected, Ahly are a much tougher opponent than anyone Zamalek can face. So that was not suitable to play it safe against Ahly. That was not suitable, especially after going behind. last season when Zamalek fell behind in the league game that eventually ended 2-2, Ferreira turned the match on its head by introducing all of his attacking options in the second half, and the move paid off. Yesterday, what I saw is that Zamalek remained very cautious, maybe until the very last minute. So this is one of the main reasons Zamalek lost against Ahly yesterday.
Right. One of the important elements also in any play or in any round of these performances is the audience and the fans. And yesterday was recognized by the strong presence of Egyptian audience of both teams at the court. So how did that affect the game?
Yeah, when actually those Super Cup games that are played in the UAE remind me of old Ahly Zamalek games when the stadium used to be filled. That gives a wholly another atmosphere to the game. It makes it very exciting to have a packed stadium, to have very passionate fans in the stands cheering on the teams for 90 minutes. This definitely gives the match another taste. Even if the match itself is not that exciting, the mere presence of that large number of fans gives the game another dimension. And I think the players of both Ahly and Zamalek underlined the importance of the presence of the fans many times, especially yesterday when Ahly players were celebrating. They highlighted the factor of the fans as one of the main reasons they won. So I hope maybe this season that we can increase the number of fans at Cairo Stadium for Ahly and Zamalek specifically, because they have the biggest fan base in Egypt. Because this will positively affect the performance of the players, and in turn make a difference for the Egyptian national team.
Right, but at the same time, your own assessment of how this game was played yesterday, like I earlier said, including the fans and their performance. I mean, there weren't really the usual rights that happen, especially at Al Ahly and Zamalek matches or some of that kind. How would you assess the game?
In my opinion, there are two factors for that. Naturally, the fans who live abroad, they are more calm. They are not that die-hard fans who usually incite riots. So this is a factor. Another factor is that I also believe the fans learned from past mistakes. I don't think even if we have packed stadiums here that the riots of the past will happen again. I think this generation is aware. They saw fans die at stadiums. I don't think anyone wants a repeat of that. I know there are some exchanges on social media, but this is normal. This happens everywhere. I don't think this is very alarming. So I cannot see any reason why we are still limiting the number of fans, especially that actually we allow in some games for the Egyptian national team and in some African games for Ahly and Zamalek themselves, we allow a full capacity stadium. So I think we can apply that in domestic games as well. So if we can do it once, we can do it every time. So I hope this will change this season.